Supreme Court grants local governments financial autonomy. Leadership of labor unions meets President Tinubu over minimum wage negotiations. Suspected criminal hideouts busted. 32 suspects arrested. Exhibits recovered in Abuja. And on the foreign scene, Kenyan president dismisses all cabinet ministers after weeks of protests. Hello and welcome to Trust TV News. I am Shegun Ojumu. In a landmark judgment this Thursday, the Supreme Court of Nigeria has endorsed financial autonomy for the 774 local governments in the country, putting an end to the abuse of their affairs by state governors. The apex court in the ruling barred the governors from receiving, tampering, or withholding funds meant for the local governments. Trust TV's Neil Sampson, who witnessed the ruling at the Supreme Court, has more.
In the lead judgment delivered by Justice Emmanuel Akomaye Agim, the Federal Account Allocation Committee was ordered to henceforth pay directly all money standing to the credit of local governments in the country. The governors were also barred from dissolving democratically elected officials for local governments, adding that doing so would amount to a breach of the 1999 Constitution. Some local government officials present at the Supreme Court for the judgment reacted to the apex court's ruling.
Finally, freedom has come to the people of Nigeria. Freedom has come to the people. The democracy can now be entrenched in all the 774 local governments in Nigeria. Our people can now see rapid developments. So we just want to thank God Almighty for giving us a president like Bola Ahmed Tinubu, who has had the courage to take this step by coming to the proper place to say, let the proper interpretation be made to give life to the third tier.
As far as I'm concerned, there's no winner, there's no loser. The Nigerian people will enjoy the benefits of good governance. I think this has been in the clamor for a long time. It's not personal. What is important is that the people will hold chairmen now more accountable because the funds are going directly to them.
The court decides and rule. The local government autonomy, financial autonomy is granted now. The money from the federation is going direct to the local government account. We have 774 local governments. Before, the money used to go joint account, which is unfavorable to the local government to operate. They will not have access to their money.
Similarly, representatives of state governments present at the court also gave their reaction to the Supreme Court judgment.
Their lordships considered the matter and came to a conclusion that although Section 162, so 5 and 6 of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria makes provision that money due to local government shall be paid through the joint account, but that provision was considered to be a discretional provision, meaning it can be tinkered with.
We will get the certified true copy of the judgment as a body, the body of State Attorneys General of the Federation. We will study it and then we'll come up with our statement on it.
Nigerians are hopeful that with the judgment, more democratic dividends will be delivered at the grassroots where they are mostly needed. Noel Samson, Trust TV News, Abuja.
Representatives of organized labor have arrived State House Abuja to meet with President Bola Tinubu. Recall that on June 25th, the Federal Executive Council, chaired by the President, stepped down deliberation on the new minimum wage memo to allow for more engagement with stakeholders ahead of a planned executive bill. The report, which the Secretary to the Government of the Federation received from the Chairman of the Tripartite Committee, Bukar Goni Aji, recommended 62,000 minimum wage. This is based on the submissions by federal, state governments and the organized private sector. The state governors have, however, indicated that they might be unable to pay 62,000 naira. Labour, on the other hand, is pressing for 250,000 naira. Operatives of the FCT Police Command on Wednesday arrested no fewer than 32 suspects in a coordinated raid on some identified black spots in the FCT. Some of the spots, according to a statement by the command spokesperson, Josephine Ade, included Apo by Tora Bora, Angwantive by Zone E Extension, and Fish Market, which all serve as points of hibernation to scavengers and other hoodlums. The statement said those arrested included that 2 females were nabbed for various offenses ranging from peddling of illicit substances to erection of illegal structures and shanties. Ade said the security operatives dismantled the shanties and illegal structures erected by the suspects, while exhibits such as mobile phones are reasonably suspected to have been stolen from unsuspecting residents. Dried leaves suspected to be marijuana and housebreaking tools were recovered from them. She added that the apprehended suspects will be screened, while those found culpable will be profiled and arraigned in court to deter other intending criminals from turning these places into a breeding ground for criminals. Next, the operatives of the FCT Police Command attached to Ido Police Division have arrested one Nuhu Ezra of Gosa Kipiki village of Lugbe Access, Abuja, for being in possession of a human skull and bones. The suspect, who was found with the body parts upon interrogation, stated that he picked them up from the bush while hunting at Kuje, adding that he intended to sell the body parts for 600,000 naira. Meanwhile, the Commissioner of Police, FCT, Bennett Igwe, has ordered that a thorough investigation be conducted to ascertain the bearer of the body parts, the intended buyer, and if the suspect killed anyone to be in possession of the body parts, and how long the suspect has been in the alleged business. The CP, according to a statement by the command spokesperson, Josephine Ade, urged residents to be aware of their environment and report suspicious activities to the police.
Sunana Ezra Nuhu. Shekaru na 55.
Kai da ina ne?
Ni mutum kamfani.
Ba na ina.
Na airport ne. An airport.
Okay, me nan ne.
An kama da kashe mutum.
Ba ka da kashe mutum. Ai na ka samu.
Na je farauta na samu.
A wani gari ka je farauta?
San wuraren tukuwa.
Me ka kai ne ba da kashe mutum ne?
Gaskiya na zo da shi saboda rashin kuɗi.
Away from all of that, a former acting accountant general of the Federation, Anamekwe Nwaboku, on Wednesday pleaded with Justice James Omotosho of the Federal High Court in Abuja to give him more time to conclude the refund of the public funds allegedly looted by him and his co-defendant. Nwaboku and his co-defendant Felix Nweke are facing 11 counts of money laundering to the tune of 1.6 billion naira. They are being prosecuted by the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission. The defendants were accused of committing the act while Nwaboku served as Director of Finance and Accounts in the Ministry of Defense between 2019 and 2021. Nwaboku was appointed acting AGOF on May 20th, 2022 under ex-President Muhammadu Buhari after Ahmed Idris was suspended as AGF over alleged 80 billion naira fraud. He was, however, removed in July 2022, a few weeks after assuming office. When the matter was called on Wednesday, the defendant prayed the court to halt the arraignment until another date to perfect the refund. Youth from Kwale, the town hosting the Sterling Oil Exploration and Production Company Limited, are protesting the alleged unlawful termination of employment by the oil company in Delta State. The youth took their protest to the government house Asaba, seeking the governor's intervention on the matter. Jonathan Awanyai was there and now reports.
The youth, under the aegis of the Niger Delta Youth Movement, besieged government house demanding to see the governor. Their anger is the termination of the employment of 270 youths who they allege were replaced with Indians. They are insisting on the restatement of the workers, noting that it is their right to benefit from what is on their land.
And we believe that our amiable governor, the governor that have his children at heart, the deputy governor that have his children at heart, will look into the matter and see that they reinstate the workers, because they did not fight, they did not steal. They just wake up one morning and replace them with Indians.
That's why they say they want to rule over. First thing that they send us out, take so you chase everybody home. Now we date it today, no work, no food, nothing to cater for our children. So now make we come government house, come cry, come meet them.
They don't need us anymore. They refuse to tell us the reason why they drop all of us today. Since last year, October, up to now, they drop her without no reason, no salary, nothing, no payoff, nothing, no good reasonable, there's no good reason that they drop us. So that's why we run down here to our governor to intervene for the issue.
They have their jetty, they have their mud plant, they have their flow station, they have their LPG, where our His Excellency came to commission not quite long, but yet the youth of Ndokwa, nobody is working in that company. They sack them all and replace them with Indian. Could you imagine? Indian man is the chief security officer in Kwale, Delta State.
Addressing the protesters, the senior policy advisor to the governor, Funke Keme Solomon, assured of government's intervention.
So it is our belief that the company will do the right thing. So I want to assure you that we'll take the letter now immediately from here back to the governor.
The youth include those relieved of their jobs by the company. Jonathan Awaya, Trust TV News, Asaba.
The chairman of the National Hajj Commission of Nigeria, NACON, Jalal Arabi, has officially flagged off the commencement of the 2025 Hajj exercise to the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. This comes as the commission airlifted Nigerian pilgrims back home after the spiritual journey to Mecca, Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. Sharif Al-Hassan files in this report from Mecca.
The National Hajj Commission of Nigeria has successfully airlifted more than 40,000 Nigerian pilgrims back home out of the 51,000 pilgrims who participated in this year's pilgrimage. This is a very good improvement compared to what was obtainable before, and this has also made the national chairman to officially flag off the commencement of the 2025 Hajj. Empty streets are now what characterized the once bustling city of Mecca with the conclusion of this year's pilgrimage. This is Al-Mansur Road in Mecca. It's a popular street predominantly inhabited by Nigerian pilgrims in the Holy Land. But today, only a few pilgrims can be seen roaming the streets as they anxiously await their airlift back home, Nigeria. The National Hajj Commission, during its post-Hajj meeting in Mecca with critical stakeholders, highlights gains and challenges of the operation so far and how to make it better going forward. The Commission's chairman, Jalal Ahmad Arabi, used the opportunity to officially flag off the commencement of the 2025 Hajj exercise. According to him, this is to enable the Commission and states to fully prepare for the spiritual journey.
Let us take the lessons we learned in 2024, which nearly cost us dearly, to now program ourselves against 2025 with the aim of attaining remarkable success.
Adamawa State's Executive Secretary, Muslim Pilgrims Welfare Commission, Malam Abubakar Salihu, and his counterpart from other states have also translated this message to their intending pilgrims. To them, the earlier, the better.
Alhamdulillah, Adamawa is set. We are ready for Hajj 2025.
Abubakar Salihu says despite challenges, the 2024 Hajj was a success, while thanking his principal, Governor Ahmadu Umaru Fintri, for his commitment towards the entire operation.
In the previous years, there were not enough accommodation. There was no feeding, very poorly organized feeding. And there was also poorly organized way of going to throw the pebbles in Jamarat. There was also a problem of movement from Arafat to Muzdalifah, and also from Muzdalifah back to Mina. All those have been taken care of. I mean, they were improved. The success story of Hajj 2024 is built on the support of His Excellency, the Executive Governor of Adamawa State, Right Honorable Ahmadu Umaru Fintiri.
The National Hajj Commission of Nigeria has faced series of criticism, most especially from state governors who felt the commission has not lived up to expectation. But one thing is for sure, the national chairman, Malam Jalal Arabi, has brought so many changes for the overall development and of course, welfare of Nigerian pilgrims, most especially having to do away with the major challenges of feeding in Medina and Mashair, Mina, the 10th city. As the 2025 Hajj preparations begins in earnest, the National Hajj Commission of Nigeria will be closely monitored how it handles the entire exercise. From Makkah to Makarama, Sharif Al-Hassan, Trust TV News.
This is a news update on Trust TV. Coming up after the break. Jalingo residents decry surge in prices of perishable goods. We've got more news for you after this short break. Do stay with us. Welcome back. If you're just joining us, this is the news update on Trust TV. Let's take a look again at our top stories. Supreme Court grants local government financial autonomy. Leadership of labor unions meet with President Tinubu over minimum wage negotiations. Moving on now, Governor Umar Namadi of Jigawa State says the state government is seeking avenues of boosting the investment climate in the state to boost the economy of the state. The governor stated this when he hosted Aisha Rimi, the executive secretary of the Nigerian Investment Promotion Commission, during her walking visit to the state. The visit is part of Rimi's tour across northern states to engage with governors and discuss the activities of the NIPC while exploring opportunities for further collaboration. Here's a report.
The meeting, held at the Government House in Dutse, saw Governor Namadi and Rimi discussing strategies to enhance investment opportunities in Jigawa State. Rimi provided an overview of the NIPC's initiatives aimed at attracting both local and foreign investments. She emphasized the importance of creating an investor-friendly environment and outlined the Commission's plans to facilitate this through policy advocacy, investment promotion, and investor support services.
The objectives of our visit today, Your Excellency, is really to cement this relationship that we have with Jigawa. It's to develop strategies with the Investment Authority on areas such as the Investment Certification Program, and also to help develop some kind of investment strategy so that we can streamline where the investments or the investors should be looking at. Your Excellency, we also come across, as we move around and we get requests, donor agencies, private equity investors, they're always looking for where to go and where to park their investments or where to support. And so one of the reasons for this tour and this visit specifically to Jigawa is to see where these investment opportunities may lie.
The governor appreciated NIPC's efforts in promoting investment across the country and highlighted the state's potential in agriculture, solid minerals, and renewable energy. Governor Namadi assured Rimi of his administration's commitment to working closely with the NIPC to improve the investment climate in Jigawa State. He highlighted ongoing projects and reforms aimed at making the state a more attractive destination for investors.
The opportunities are enormous, and we are willing to collaborate because we feel we can only progress with the collaboration. And there is no better partner to collaborate than an NIPC. So I want to assure you that in Jigawa, we are ready to collaborate and work together. Your certification program, I think, is quite important. And I'm sure the DG will work closely with the NIPC to ensure that the government got the certification.
The visit concluded with both parties agreeing to establish a joint task force to identify key investment opportunities and address any challenges hindering investments in the state. This collaboration is expected to drive economic growth and create job opportunities for the residents of Jigawa State.
Kaswangwari in Jalingo is one of the satellite markets located in the Turaki A ward of the Taraba State capital, where perishable goods are brought in from within and outside the state. Now, over the years, this market has been reputed for selling these goods at lower prices, but this time around, the reverse seems to be the case, as both sellers and buyers from within and outside the state have been lamenting the rise in the prices. The report.
This market is always a beehive of activities, as some buy to resell within the market, while others buy in bulk for onward sales in other locations. The chairman, Gwari Sellers Association of Nigeria, Taraba State Branch, Abdullahi Tijani, says prices of almost all the goods have skyrocketed recently due to delayed rainfall, cost of transportation, security threats, multiple taxation, as well as the high cost of herbicide. I sell at Gwari Market. I buy in small quantity and resell so that I can take care of my daily needs. The cost of perishable commodities have dropped a bit because the rainy season has started. We hope that in the future, the prices will go down below so that people can afford it. Pepper was sold at 100,000 naira before, but now it is sold at 50,000. Although the cost of onion is yet to come down, but we are very hopeful. We want to appeal to the government to help us by ensuring that subsidies or palliatives get to the poor people. Some traders of tomatoes, onions, and pepper also admitted that delayed rainfall as well as cost of production have negatively impacted their operations, hence the need to make up through price increase. This market also provides an opportunity for many to earn a living, as some of the traders spoke to Trust TV News. The cost of vegetable has increased because of low yields from our farms. These perishable items have become scarce, so the prices have increased because demand is still high. Before, we used to get the produce from Bauchi and Yola, but because of the shortages of the rainfall, they have become scarce. But the rain has started now, so we are very hopeful of the future. The major reason for the high cost of these perishable items is cost of transportation. On the side of the customers, they don't buy as much as they normally do because of the general hardship in the country, and we hope to see things improve in the near future.
The word we want now is food stuff. All ingredients now have reduced more, but our problem now for food stuff to go down, even though small, people are dying, people are crying because of hungry.
The chairman, Jalingo Local Council, Aminu Jauro Hassan, confirmed that the new market under construction is almost 90% complete and promises to do more in order to boost economic activities across the council area.
The government came with a vision and a mission of ensuring that at least it provides all the needed dividends of democracy to the teeming populace. And as a local government chairman who is saddled with responsibilities of oversight, we also deem it fit that we should key into the working modalities of His Excellency to ensure that our people are supported on the area of their trades and then businesses.
Traders as well as consumers called on relevant stakeholders to intensify efforts geared towards making the goods more accessible and affordable to Nigerians.
Outside of Nigeria, Kenyan President William Ruto on Thursday dismissed all of his cabinet ministers and promised to form a new government that will be lean and efficient following weeks of protests over high taxes and poor governance. In a televised address, the president also dismissed the Attorney General and said ministries will be run by their permanent secretaries. Ruto said he made the move after listening to the people, adding that he will form a broad-based government after consultations. Kenya has seen 3 weeks of unrest, in which protesters stormed into the parliament on June the 25th after a finance bill that increased taxes was passed. More than 30 people died in the protests, which have morphed into calls for the president to resign. And with that, we've come to the end of Trust TV News. Remember, you can watch us all across social media on YouTube. Documentaries are all there for you to take advantage of. I'm Shegun Ojumu. Many thanks for watching. Goodbye.